looks like I was offered a teaching position in Round Rock, Texas. They have a cool skate park there too. But it's for theater arts, so it's a teaching position. It's a little bit of a drive. It's a little bit of a drive. But the Cole show will continue. The theater will continue to. The Please Subscribe show is what I call it, but it's under my channel, Cole Spivey. It'll continue. I'll probably do like book reviews and things like that, play reviews, and I may show some of the plays depending if I get permission, or at least talk about a lot of theater. It may turn more theatrical. If I become a drama teacher, then it'll just be more of a theatrical channel, and I'll just talk about theater. And I love theater. I think theater's great. I think that's where Ingmar Bergman started off in filmmaking. He started with theater first. Ball, the guy Ball that did American Beauty, his name Alan Ball or something like that. Anyway, he was in theater. A lot of theater people do end up making cinema. I think it's the only way to go. I think first they should do theater, and then they do movies. But everyone's got their own little way of doing it, Some of them are skateboarders and then movies, like Harmony Korine. He was a skateboarder, then he did movies, and he's great. He's one of the greatest. So you don't have to do theater and then do movies. You can do other things and then do movies. Anyway, we're going to pick up some food and drop it off at your doorstep. And we are headed to Dock. Or Docks B, is how you say it. It's a fancy little restaurant in the middle of Clear Fork. I'm here at Clear Fork in Fort Worth. And it probably could be a mass email, but it looks like it's from a personal person, so it looks like it's coming from a principal from a middle school. So we'll have to find out, but if we do, we'll just move the show to Round Rock and do it from there, but we'll be getting funding from the school district. This is like the town square right here. Just pretty cool in the Christmas time. They use a lot of copyright music though, so it's kind of hard to do. But see, they use bows. But I've never heard of that song, so it's probably not even show up. The algorithm probably doesn't even recognize, at least, it's so much pop culture and the music all sucks anyway. It's not like they're really making money off that music. But if it was a Led Zeppelin song or something, they'd block the content. Basically what it means is that artist sucks, so they don't even really care. That's why they play it on these Bose speakers. Doc's is right over that way. What it basically means is this: the school district has to understand that I'm going to do my show no matter what. So if they have a problem with it, goodbye. I'll leave tomorrow. But I'll continue to do my show. I'll just probably be teaching at the theater arts department. If they have any problems with it all, sayonara. So I'll have backup. I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket for sure. I'll still be doing the show for sure. It's just I'm not going to be able to probably do it inside the classroom for like 6 hours a day. It's like a 2.5 hour drive to Round Rock from where I'm at. So the show would be very extensive at that point. So I have to see what this lady's about. This is Doc B's though, right here. It's like basically like a kitchen. They got a really cool skate park in Round Rock, so that'd probably be part of the vlog too. But it'd be cool to go out there and film skaters. Sure, I'll do it for $50,000, no problem. There's the fireplace thing right there. All right, good to go. So it's got sonar that comes out the back. So if something approaches, then it basically beeps. If I was going forward, then it would stop on its own, because cars are learning to drive on their own, where they're training technicians to build cars that will be robots. So there'll be robot cars in the future. High school sweetheart who was Catholic, and she took me to a few mass, what do they call it, Catholic mass. They have like a whole process in becoming Catholic, which I did not do. I remained Protestant, which I will. I'll remain Protestant. But she had, they have confession boxes, which are, it's a pretty evil thing. You only confess your sins to the Lord. He's the only one that needs to hear that. You don't have to confess your sins to anyone but the Lord. And it doesn't matter if you confess your sins to another person, as long as you confess your sins to the Lord above. He's the only one that matters. I think it was this house right here. They repainted it and added a second floor. And I went in to her family while they were eating and asked her and her whole family, I said, what's wrong with me, you know, participating in your life, basically, you know, being at the table at that point. Her father had no answer. Really, it was the Catholic who divorced God. It wasn't Martin Luther who divorced the Catholic Church. Martin Luther grew closer. So Martin Luther grew closer to the Lord. He became very close with Jesus Christ and realized that the Catholic Church did not know him. And to this day, they still need to be reformed. And my question to her was, what's wrong with me participating in the table? That's what you call it when you're having grace. You eat at the table. And as you eat, you practice what's called forgiveness. And many Catholics cannot. They don't know forgiveness. They only know that there's no turn on red, and that's all they know. They don't know anything else, really. They just know the laws and all that stuff, and all the rituals and all that stuff. See, God said, you can turn on red as long as you think it's right and you're safe. in a way. If you accidentally do it or something, then he would forgive you. But they never forgave Martin Luther because he turned on red many times. And they wanted to burn him at the stake. They was never able to because God didn't allow it to happen. If God does not want his children to be burned at the stake, then he'll prevent that from happening. And so he saved Martin Luther and his soul and told Martin Luther to go away from those evil people like the priest and the Pope and all that stuff, and to get away from that Catholic Church because they believe in false idols. And it all came from the Romans because it's called the Roman Catholic Church. And it's evil. Even today it is. But they're working on it. They're trying to reform it. One good movie that kind of discusses First Reformed that Paul Schrader wrote, which discusses the Reformed Church. What it means is that you have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. If you don't know that, then you're basically lost. It doesn't matter the church you belong to anyway. If you're Baptist or Catholic, it doesn't matter. If you don't have that personal relationship with Jesus Christ, then you're completely and utterly lost and will eventually become like the Pharisees and Sadducees, persecuting other people. You'll find the way to do it. And most of it's done with money. Most of it's done with money. Remember, the reason why a cop puts someone in handcuffs or put them in a chokehold or do what they did with George Floyd and put their knee on the back and make them suffocate to death and cry out for their mother is because they're only trying to do their job. And the Catholic Church was only trying to do their job. The Protestants understand that it has to be a personal relationship. You don't need a crucifix. You don't need a confession box. You don't need a priest. You don't need the Pope. You just need God, who is Jesus Christ above and the ruler of all and will continue to be for all of time. He already won the war. He already crushed the enemy. And he continues to do it every day as he hangs on the cross. And this is the Berkeley. Not too far from Fraser Avenue. Right off Park Hill. These used to be big-time dumps. They were big-time dumps. Now they're super, super nice apartments. Let's say like TCU college kids and stuff. Well, we're going to the Tavern, and some of their meals are like $100 a plate, so we'll see, and we'll be dropping this one off at your doorstep. I remember they did add on to this house. That's her house. That was my high school sweetheart's house. It's right off of Shirley. I couldn't really recognize it. Yep, they big time changed it. It's right off of Shirley and Park Hill. Looks completely different. Riff, ram, ba, zoo. Give 'em hell, TCU. Thank you, Waze. And go France. They've got Joe-O's or Joe's O's, kind of like cereal. Well, it is cereal, but it's like Cheerios instead of Joe's O's, like Trader Joe's. Look how thick it is, though. It's a lot of cereal right there, and you're only paying like that price right there. That ain't bad, to be honest. This is where you go right here. Ring it and do it in slow motion and see what it does. Bathroom seems to bring in the art crowd here. There's nice. I would say that probably does belong on the bathroom wall. Ooh, this is nice too. Right here. Let's get some seashells. Susie sells seashells by the seashore. So I got this thing right here under my chin. Yeah, Susie sells seashells by the seashore. Or you can say she sells seashells by the seashore. And this one's kind of cool too, right here. Yeah. I'm gonna throw one and then head on out, lock. Well, it's like they ordered like $140 worth of food, so it's another 10 minutes. So I had time to go shopping at Trader Joe's over there. So Tavern and the grocery store, Trader Joe's are right next to each other. So that's probably their distributor though, but I'm assuming, I don't know. Anyway, it's another 10 minutes. It's been like 15, so I don't know. It's upper end food. It's like high society food kind of thing. Steak and all that good stuff. Ooh, cool, this looks cool. It's like Mississippi, Colorado. Man, they've been all over the place.
Would it be from 4 inside or out?
It's about 45 minutes.
Good. Okay, let me check with them.
What do they do? Well, it says on the receipt 5:42 p.m., 6:24 p.m. right now. So, I don't know. I feel like they're really busy. Some snobby rich lady with white hair, probably a millionaire, you know, probably she has about as much money as Julius Dreyfus on Seinfeld. It's cut right in front of me, and then it was, I'm sorry. I was like, that's okay, it's fine. But I do have the time on this, so they take a long time. So anyway, I'm gonna just come back in 10-minute intervals, and then after an hour, that's when I'm gonna be, going, well, this is ridiculous. I ordered this an hour ago, that kind of thing. So we'll have to see. But this is how they get revenge on the poor, and so we have to keep trying so we can get revenge on the rich. So what they ended up ordering was a Texas pork back ribs, 2 for $27. So that cost $54. Huh. Oh, I see. 2 times 27 is 27. Okay, I see. And this is Tavern burger, which is $16. A fired roasted artichoke, which is $15, and then a Sonoma steak salad, which is $24, and then some Baja fish tacos, which is $21. So it's $130 plus the tax, so it comes to $140.73. So could be the pork back ribs. It's taking a little bit longer than usual, is what I'm assuming. I figured out my problem. You want to park next to the restaurant, or as close to the restaurant as you can, because they have valet parking there. So if you park there, the more minutes go, the more time that goes by, the more hundreds of dollars they lose. I was parked at the grocery store next door. Don't do that. Park right next to the restaurant, because people will pull up and go, "Oh, too busy," and they lose $100 like that. That's why usually, in most cases, they come rushing out to my car with the order if I'm parked there. So we're gonna go back around, and we're gonna park right in front of the tavern. That way, they lose money. They're guided by money. So you were being nice. Now all you gotta do is park there and just walk in, and she'll hand it to you. She knows what you're doing. You figured it out. You were being nice this time around. You made them a little bit of money. You made them probably about $1,000 right there. Just parking in the grocery store for about 40 minutes. They made probably more than 1,000. Probably 10,000. That place that makes a lot of money really quick. So what you want to do in order to get your food is never park in the adjacent parking lot. They have a thing there that has, I'll show you when I get there. I just figured it out. It took me a moment. I was like, well, what am I doing wrong? Why are they taking forever? Because you're not parked there. You have to park at the parking lot. So when you walk in, you'll see right here, see all the valet parking? It's all valet parking right there for the tavern. So what you want to do is you want to pull in right here. It doesn't matter where. Don't go by Wonderful. Go right back here, because that's where they put their clients that want to make a lot of money. And you want to park about right here where it says Stonegate Crossing. That's connected to their business. Now they're losing money right now until they serve me. All right? That's what I was doing wrong. I was parked over there. You park right here, and they'll give you the food immediately. People right there. So the cook probably has a camera on that and on the parking lot. Now they're probably throwing together the steaks as as I'm walking up here. They're probably making the pork chops right now. So, because they need that flowing at all times. That is where they park it. Thanks. It's 3 bags?
No, just 2.
Okay, 2 bags. This is the pork chops, right?
They're both new.
All right. Yeah, it's all about where you park. So they'll run it out to your car immediately. But if you don't park there, then they'll never give it to you. Because they only care about making sure that these parking spots are full at all times. That's how they make money. Because most of these places are for the tavern right here. So be sure to park right next to the restaurant.